Welcome to another episode of Overanalyzing Hardest 1212, a series where I take a look at the Hardest 1212 completion and overanalyze it, showing tips and strategies used, mistakes made, and what you should and shouldn't do when playing this mode. I won't be mentioning literally everything since I'll be going under the assumption that you have read through my guide and have a good understanding of it. I'm going to be comparing this run to a theoretical perfect version of this exact run to help you further understand this challenge. I want to clarify that I'm not making these challenges to hate on the person playing or saying the run sucks, of course. A week would have your three modes have so much going on that it makes it almost humanly impossible to play these modes perfectly. I just want to make this video to show what mistakes you may make when doing this challenge, as truly understanding this challenge can really help you become a lot better and consistent at beating this. This is one of those FNAF challenges where anything and everything can happen, with an absurd amount of situations that can happen, which makes it easy to call this challenge RNG, especially with the addition of the virus. So I made this series as a way to help players fully understand the challenge because in reality, while every situation is affected by RNG, the challenge really is just being able to think fast and quickly adapt to anything that can happen. And if you're good at doing so in this challenge, then it isn't nearly as RNG as you may think. But RNG does still play a crucial role in varying the difficulty of many situations that can happen. Only this first part of the video has a script. I did not prepare a script for anything else, so if there's something I missed or should have mentioned, then I will leave it in the comment and talk about all of what I missed and should have mentioned. But I do prepare notes for these videos so I shouldn't miss too much. Alright, so let's finally get to the completion video. So for the first episode, if you've watched the first episode, I as you realized or have you noticed, I covered the first strategy, like strategy number one of hardest 1212, the one where you have to change the temperature every minute and a half mark. Now that video came from my guide. Like I linked in my guide that video in the hardest 1212 like strategy one bit of the guide. I would have done the same thing here, but I really wanted to cover this one instead. This, I posted it very recently as of recording this video, and this is me using strategy 2, but in a much better way, and so much crazier stuff happens in this run that I really want to show this run instead of the other run I had in mind. So, without further ado, I will show you guys, if you haven't seen the video, then I will show you why this video is insane. So, alright, I'm going to be loading this up, fixing the resolution, and there we go. Alright, so, let's go. If you know about the second strategy, which is the one I recommend using, it is changing the temperature by manually keeping track of Zach. There's of course many ways to make this easier for yourself, and I listed that all in the guide, so if you haven't checked out that part of the guide yet, you probably should so you can understand what I'm doing in this video. I also have to make sure this is recording it, right? Yeah, I have to make sure. Yeah, of course, just like any other night, the strategy is the same. Hi, Jeff just moved, alright. I have to worry about that after the audio look for Jeff soon, but I can wait on him. As you can see, I'm stalling Jeff a little bit. I'm not playing the audio right away. Waiting about Jeff. As you can see, okay, starting to have here. Jeff still hasn't yet progressed much, but I think I can probably like take the audio load now. Device been added again. I probably should play the audio lure at this point in time, right? And at last, I finally do. It took me that long to play the audio lure for Jeff because I was thinking I changed the temperature to 40 earlier, so I could play the audio lure way later, right? That's what I thought. But it has been a while since Jeff first moved to that camera. As you can hear, like when, like a bit earlier in when you like heard, I mentioned Jeff just moved, so it's been already like over half a minute, and I really should have played the audio lure closer. I played a bit too risky here. Like Jeff had a chance of escaping and going to the first floor, but luckily it paid off. I was able to avoid losing Jeff. He almost escaped actually, because if you can hear, like listen to the audio real quick, listen to the background. Right, Jeff stopped. Like I mean that Jeff moved. I mean, all right, Jeff moved, great. And again, Jeff made the moving sound again, so Jeff moved twice within the span of like what 7 seconds. That was really close. That means Jeff moved the moment I moved him back with the auto lure. And that means I was that close to losing Jeff. So I really shouldn't have played that risky, but overall I did, and it actually paid off because I don't have to worry about Jeff much. For the first hour, anyway, the first bit of time. As you can see, like within the first hour, I kind of like idled in the office a bit too much. I think I should have checked for Shadow Milk and Yogurt location a bit earlier so I could tell where they are going. So I don't have to worry about them too much yet. But I spent so much time idling in the office. It's the beginning of the night, so I'm like, okay, I can do this. But to be fair, this attempt was actually my very first attempt at Hardest 12-12 after a while. I haven't played Hardest 12-12 in a long time, so this is my first attempt after doing that. And it actually ended up winning somehow. Yeah, that is my excuse for why I didn't play entirely perfectly within the first hour. As you can see, it's already 10 p.m. and I still haven't really checked the location for Milk and Yogurt. That's not good. They might already be in their attack camera, but yeah, you never know, man. You never know. So I'm gonna go back a little bit because like notice. Oh, I checked that camera. I'm gonna go back a tiny bit. Oi, camera 1B. I noticed Zach is no longer in this camera. So, because the temperature has been at 40 the entire time, that means that, like, I mean, the might have also made that, but no, it's not, it's very unlikely, so, yeah, temperature is 40, Zach moved away, so, very likely, or not very likely, but, like, this definitely means that Zach has changed his eye color to red, because Zach will be stuck in this room in camera 1B if his eye color was blue and temperature was at 40 or lower. So good thing I checked, and I noticed he's gone. So hey, that's part of strategy number two. Always check camera 1B if you want an easier time for locating Zach and knowing what his eye color is. So cause like yeah, I did not even see Zach's eye color, and I already know he changed his eye color. Very useful to know if you're going for strategy. And this strategy is actually really good for figure at it. As you can see, Shadow E will have your entered events. Normally you'd want to be faster, but I mean of course I still have three camera signal meters, so I'm fine. I don't have to. I can take my time a little bit with Shadow will have during the event. I'm just fine here. Ravager, typical after we look for Milk and Yogurt now. 10:15. There, I finally shocked them. Who knows how long Milk and Yogurt have been in that camera for? Thank goodness I checked earlier. I could have died there if they arrived at camera earlier, but it's a good thing that I went in there and checked, you know. I really should have checked for them earlier, but I didn't. That was quite a mistake on my end. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I missed something in my notes. One, two, three, four. That was almost 4 seconds of me staying in the cameras with the lights on. Because I was like worried about Milk and Yogurt a lot, which I should have. I should have, when I was switching flows, I should have like closed and open the camera again just so I could like quickly get to the first floor faster and also check for darknet in the window. But I didn't, and that kind of was a bit risky for me. But it's okay. I'm alive. That's well, as you heard, that loud vent sound. That's always Tom in the right vent. I know this, and I jumped over and ran away. And there I am. Liz left. It's a bit hard to hear Liz leave when the alarm's playing, but I mean, after enough time playing this game, you should already be able to tell. A bit slow there. I was a little slow with Shari will have you in the vents there. Like, look, little funny thing here. Oh no, again, play it again. I was a bit confused with the buttons in the camera. I tried to go to the vent thing, but I missed it, and I tried again, and it didn't work. A bit weird. I kind of like prioritized playing the auto first. I mean, I get it. I was already in the vent trigger. I should have like went for Shadow Evil Javier before playing the auto here. But my mind was so focused on playing the auto first for Jeff because I'm scared of the what you call this, the alarm going off and the camera being broken and the audio not playing. That will just result in Jeff moving so far ahead. So I mean, I guess it's justifiable. It makes sense. And if even if I have the camera error now, like I still would have enough time for Shadow Evil Javier in the vent because of how fast I am. So, Auto first, Vent Radar, overread him, and I'm good to go. So I'm good. Right? Okay. So I check for Zach's location and he still hasn't moved backwards because like I haven't heard him move back yet. Okay. So yeah, I good usage of Shadow Jack in the office because like actually you should all know Shadow Jack in the office stalls almost all the characters. Like very few characters don't get stalled by Shadow Jack. I use this time to check for Shadow's Milk and Yogurt's location. Good usage of time, since especially because look, before I went on the camera to search, this meter was damn full. It was really full. So I checked, and good thing I did because I now know where Shadow Milk and Yogurt's gonna go. So I now have to like spend less time for them, and that's really good overall. Okay, that's Tom in the vents radar, but Shadow you will have it there too. They're both there. And you have one signal meter left. Obviously, prioritize Shattered Evil Javier first. And that's what I did. Now I can overeat him. There we go. Right. I noticed. I went in the main panel. I'm like, oh wait, there's that audio lure. Okay, the audio lure needs to be repaired. But I have to check for the characters first. Like, the vents radar, check for Jeff. But when I go in the cameras, the mice Matty was here, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll deal with this. I noticed the audio's playing for Jeff. I'm fine with that. The mice Matty, I'll get rid of him. Get rid of him. And audio lure. I have to repair it all right away because, of course, look, the audio lure has an error and it stopped playing, so I have to do it right away. But actually, I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have dealt with the mice Matty. Instead, I should have let him intentionally jump scare me so he could break my camera system. I should have like repaired the audio lure like instead of find the stars. And after repairing the audio lure, I played the audio for Jeff's camera right away. And then when it jump scares me, my cameras break. I repair the cameras, and the camera signal can be all the way back to full 3 meters. But nah, I left this encounter the situation with one camera signal left. That was a bit of a mistake on my end. I should have let him jump scare me here, but it's okay. I could have made my life easier, but it's okay. Fine. Okay, again, another situation where look, once again, Tom appearing in the same camera as another important ovary character. One signal, Mr. Springlock is obviously priority over Tom, especially since I don't know when he moved to the vent, so he could attack any moment, so I have to overheat him right away. Okay, Gather Evil Javier. Again, I have one camera signal meter, so I have to overheat him first before Tom. I could have overheat Tom first if I let the mice man jump scare me and I had full camera signal meter, but I didn't, and I have to deal with this like crazy situation. Of course, Tom is always lowest priority because again you could always just like you could always like shock him in the bottom shock camera in case he gets through. But luckily, I had enough time to get all 3 of them, overeat all 3 of them, and I'm good to go. Just checking going to Ravager. I timed it correctly. I timed the Ravager correctly. A bit close there. I kind of like misclicked what I remember what is happening. I misclicked the button once and then I clicked the second time. I almost died to the shadow will have near there. And finally, camera error finally after a while. And of course, if you remember like the Ruben X33 episode, then you'll know that this is because of how often I keep the lights off, which is really good for making the camera signal not become broken fast. I checked everything. As you can see, I noticed the oxygen spot playing. Okay, a lot of players here would close the cameras and go to the main panel and instantly repair the oxygen as fast as possible. But here, I didn't, and instead I did the smarter, I did a smarter move here, and checked for the important characters. I checked for Shattered Milk and Yogurt. They are not there. I don't have to worry about them. I checked the vent radar. Tom is still kind of far. I don't have to overheat him yet. Liz is at the right vent. That's how I know like what to deal with. I played safe there, and that was good. That was the right move to like check the other characters before repairing the oxygen font. That was the right move. Great move. Go activating the ventilator. And you can see, I changed temperature to 40. Because again, the strategy, camera 1B, Zach was here before. But now Zach is not on this camera, and the temperature has stayed consistently at 80 the entire time, or above. So I know for a fact since Zach is not here and temperature is still at 80, that means Zach's eye color is now blue, and this is where I changed temperature to 40. It's not the hardest strategy ever to perform, which is why I really like this strategy to deal with Zach. I mean, for me, anyways. For me, it's not that. It's not the hardest for me. So. All right. Crazy, right? I will explain that because yeah, I want to show that again because what I did there was really smart. Okay. I go into camera 3A, the virus is here, and I was like, oh wait, I noticed Darknet's movement timer. He is very tiny. He is about to attack me. Darknet is right about to attack me. And of course, I'm changing temperature to 40, so I want to keep the lights on as much as possible. But with Darknet attacking, like, if he's attacking at the window, then Darknet's gonna make it even harder for me to change temperature to like 40 and make it slower to change the temperature to 40. So I was like, I realized this in the game, and I was like, wait, what can I do to make it easier for myself? That easier low, and what I do is I close the lights. I go to the cameras to intentionally let Darknet's camera attack trigger instead of his office attack. Now this was really smart of me. I am surprised I thought of this because what actually happens here is like normally, of course, you want to keep lights on, for if you want to change temperature to 40 or 80 fast. But here, like, I turned it off because I need to force Darknet to attack in the like in the freaking like office, like the ghost form, right? I need him to attack as the ghost form, so that I can keep the lights on for longer, way longer, and then ultimately go to 40 temperature faster. And so I turn off the lights, activate Darknet in the cameras, and I just did let them go away and turn on the lights right after. And then this caused temperature to go to 40 faster and dealt with Zack smoother. And this was really good that I did this. Now, there was a bit of a drawback because if you note, I'm gonna go back a bit. Go back to here. Not here. I'm not here. What? The vent radar. Tom is there. My list left. Go check all these cameras. Still dark as normal. Still not yet checked. And finally, I see where Shattered Milk and Yogurt's going. I struck them. And then finally, I checked the vent radar. If you've noticed, I did not check the vent radar at all for like 18 seconds. That was very risky, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have checked the vent radar more often during that whole sequence. I could have died there to Tom, but thankfully I lived. Go dealing with Jack. I do the strategy of checking the vent radar one time, at least for Jack's attack. I didn't have to because Tom just left the right vent and is currently in camera 2B, but hey, it's nice to play safe every now and then, you know? Okay, I make a little bit of a mistake here because if I resetted laser power, right? I have the laser power resetting. I felt like I did not have to do that. I did not have to do that because look, my laser power is still at 54 laser power, over half. I definitely have enough laser power to survive a little bit longer. But what I do here is I didn't notice the laser power, how much I had left. I just remembered, oh wait, I dealt with Tom and Liz at least once. So because I wasn't sure I reset laser power, this was a bit of a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. I could have waited to reset it later, but it's okay. I could have, if I didn't reset laser power, that would have helped with winding up Jack's music box faster. But yeah, it is what it is. It's only 1 a.m. and I'm already like started resetting laser power. Not a good sign. Ideally, you want to reset laser power like twice in hardest 12-12. But yeah, it's already not a good sign. It's not on the front. And ooh, big mistake I made here. Because what I do here, because I know when Mr. Springlock leaves from the front window, he makes the screen blink and he also makes a sound cue. I saw the screen flicker and I'm like, oh wait, Mr. Springlock left. I deactivate the laser, but wait, he didn't make a sound cue after blinking the light. And oh, would you look at that? Mr. Springlock was still there. I could have died. But thankfully with how his AI works, his leave timer is separated from his or like basically combined with the kill timer. So I accidentally made his leave timer longer by deactivating the vent not vent but deactivating door laser too early. Yeah, he'll stay there for longer because I accidentally plugged him out. Yeah, don't get the light blinking mixed up with other characters. There are like quite a few characters that make the lights blink. Don't get them mixed up. That's gonna cause some problems. I have to check for milk and yogurt, I guess. Oh my god. I saw them milk and yogurt, they were on the second floor. I'm good to go. Zach is still at camera 1B. That's good. I'm in a good situation. A little like sloppy with the mouse movements. I opened the camera multiple times without needing to. Of course, I'm a bit rusty. Of course, I haven't played hardest 12-12 in so long, and even then, I still managed to make this run, turned it into a win. Pretty difficult. Nothing interesting happens here. We'll check the ventilator often. Check for looking real in case they are attacking somewhere or something. Thomas goes to the right vent. I'm good. Oi, Mr. No, Zach. I just saw Zach moved away from camera 1B, so I already know that his eye color is red, even though I didn't have to check. Very nice, very nice. Okay, no, we're at the first floor. Very good to know, very good to know. Now, I go back to the camera. I am spending so long in the cameras with the lights on. Now you may be asking yourself, again, like that's bad, right? Isn't that bad because Darknet is gonna attack the window and he might kill me? Well, you'd be thinking right if it wasn't for one small detail, and it's that Demise Mindy is here and is currently attacking me. Now you gotta remember, the Demise character stall Darknet's movement timer, so Darknet cannot attack while Demise Mindy is in front of me, so staying on the cameras for more than 4 seconds with the lights on is totally fine and acceptable. Tom likes going to the right vent, doesn't he? He's been going in the right vent a lot. Tom left. I That was a bit risky. That could have been Liz leaving. I I should have waited a bit longer to check if it was Liz leaving or Tom leaving. Because they both make the same blinking sound. Tom made sounds, so I guess that's why I instantly did the overheat. But I didn't think I'd notice that fast. But that's impressive how I did notice it that fast. There's Liz leaving, Liz at the left door again. Like, I activate the left door laser for Cherry will have here right in the window. But I'm like, oh wait a second, Liz just arrived at this camera. I can wait. I deactivate the laser door because I was like, oh wait, Liz has to spend a while still. And good thing I did that, because look, that was good. But then, ooh, I activate the left door laser again. I should have waited longer. Cause like I know I realized like, oh wait, Liz moved there after deactivate, but I'm like, my mind is like, I have no idea how long she's been there for. I have to play safe. That's where my mind is at. But really, I should have paid more attention, and I should have activated the left door laser. I mean, for Liz a bit later. It's okay though. This wastes power, but it is what it is. Good thing I checked, cause like Shattered Jack is here. Remember, Shattered Jack is attacking in the office, and you should know that Shattered Jack stalls Shattered Milk and Yogurt, and they cannot move while Shattered Jack is in the office, except for one situation. If excuse me. So if Shattered Milk and Yogurt is in the shock camera, and Shattered Jack is attacking in the office while Shattered Milk and Yogurt is in the attack camera, then Shattered Milk and Yogurt, they are not stalled and they can still kill you, even if Shattered Jack is in the office. So good thing I checked, and if I hadn't checked, I would have died. It's like it's important. I was like, wait, it's been a while. Maybe they finally moved to the shock camera, and they did. I shocked them. I'm good. Now, oh, 1 meter. This is very dangerously close. I have to wind it as fast as possible. But oh my goodness, if you've seen that, extremely close. That situation by far, or not by far, but like easily the closest I've ever been to dying to Jack. Like with the music box, like being that low. The closest I've ever been. That was really close for no reason. Thank goodness oops, I did it. Thank goodness I already did the thing here with having held down the music box for Jack a little bit. So like once I accidentally opened the maintenance panel and closed back down, it instantly filled up 1 meter, so Jack's meter will stop draining. Thank goodness, right? I got so lucky here. I survived. Very good. Okay. This is pretty typical. Okay. Zach is left. Zach left. Zach left camera 1B and I saw him in camera 4B. Obviously, it's on screen. Change that to 40. And here, a little mistake I made. But not much of a mistake actually, because like if you remember some of my previous episodes, then you'd know that idling in the office is really bad because you can spend the extra time idling by doing other things like checking the maintenance panel, checking for Jeff, checking for Zach, checking Sharon Milk and Yogurt, and of course most importantly, checking the vents radar. But there is an exception here because yeah, I've checked on literally everything already before this happened, right? I checked the vents radar, no one's there except Charlie will have here. I checked Zach, I checked the oiler, so the oiler is still playing for Jeff. Zach is gonna have his temperature change in a moment. Yeah, teacher 40. I'm idling here because there's literally nothing else for me to do for the time being. So good, fine decision, but what I should have done, instead of idling in the office, I should have idled in the maintenance panel, just in case an error happens in front of me. But hey, it's fine. Nothing. Okay, wait. You noticed, oh look, darknet's rising up in the window. I have to turn off the light tray, but wait, notice how I'm not turning off the lights right away, because if you remember, a bit ago, Zach has a blue eye, and the temperature currently, at the moment, is like 70. That's really bad. I have to keep the lights on and keep the lights on so that the temperature will be like 59 or below. But look, dark net. even with temperature being above 60 or above. But notice how I wait. I intentionally wait for the temperature to drop below 60 degrees. And once it turns 59 degrees, then that's switch off the lights. Because, yeah, if you remember, the power or the temperature goes up if the lights are off with temperature currently being at 60 degrees or higher. But if the degrees is less than 60%, or less than 50, if the degrees, if the temperature is like less than 60 degrees, then temperature will go downwards. That's what I want. I want the temperature to go down because I want to deal with Zach better. So very smart move of me to like wait until the temperature is lower before turning off lights for Zach. I noticed, oh no, I checked the cameras, but the Ravager is there. Now, yikes, because Darknet was at the window, and I just turned off lights for Darknet, so Darknet will take a while before leaving the window, right? But notice I do something smart here. I wait a while. I wait a long while before closing the cameras for the Ravager. This is because I don't want the Ravager to attack yet. As you know, the Ravager only attacks when you close the cameras while he's in the cameras. Now, I kept the cameras open while the Ravager was there because that time can be spent, like, power is, like, less. I'm making sure power is gonna... No, not power. Yeah. What am I talking about? I lost it. I forgot what I was talking about. Crap. I forget, sorry. But like Darknet, I have to get rid of him in the window. And of course, if I close the camera right away, then you know what happens. I turn on the lights for the Ravager so I can time him, but then the Ravager is still making its way towards me while Darknet's already almost risen up in the window. So I am forced to keep the lights off and make the Ravager take 50% of my power. But if I wait here, I'm waiting in the cameras. Darknet is gonna get pushed back by the lights being off, and soon Darknet will have left the window. If I waited, look, it did. Darknet left the window, and I now suddenly am able to deal with the Ravager normally without him taking half my power. This was really smart, and like critical thinking and creative solutions like this will really help out in beating these we could have your challenges because anything can happen. You have to like work with your mind here to like beat this challenge. It's really hard, and this was really smart. I'm giving myself a pat on the back on that one because this was like one of my smartest moves ever. Okay, I heard that. Mr. Springlock is now in a shock camera. I heard that. I have to do that right away. He's not there. I didn't see that he was there. I checked the second floor camera and he was definitely not in the second floor camera. I shot on the first floor because I didn't see him in the second floor camera and he goes away. I heard the sound cue for Mr. Springlock leaving, so I did it. I shot him successfully. Congrats to me. The audio. This is there after I remember that. Vent radar, I'll play the audio. The yogurt aren't there. And I was ooh. What a mistake that was. Because you've noticed I shocked Mr. Springlock, right? Let's go back here. I saw Tom, or like Tom was there, like very quick. Not there. There, Tom was there. You saw his eyes and claws in that camera 2A. Darknet is here. Deal with him. I'm getting distracted by all these threats. And wait, is someone there? Oh yeah, someone is at the... Okay, I'll let it happen. Okay, back to what I was talking about. I heard that, right? Tom is in the right vent, currently. Tom is currently in the right vent. I overheat him. And then I heard Mr. Springlock. I go deal with Mr. Springlock. I deal with him, right? I deal with Mr. Springlock. And I should have checked the vents radar here. Before dealing with the auditor. I don't check the vents radar before. This was not a mistake, but it's okay. It's not a big mistake. I checked the vent radar, no one's there. I was like, wait, Tom, what if I didn't overheat him in time? I haven't checked the vent radar in a while, but a mistake I made here, right? I completely forgot that I already overheated Tom. Like, in the middle of the Ravager and Darknet attack sequence, I'd already overheated Tom in the right vent. So, because I was confused and I was unsure, I decided to play safe and shock the bottom shock camera. This was a waste of a shock and didn't do anything. But hey, it's what it is. At least I still have enough shock, you know? Liz moved, Liz is there. I get a laser power. I activate the thing for Liz. I again could have waited a bit longer, but it's okay. Okay, very good set of situations that happened there. Cause like, look, if I go back here a little bit. Okay, there is currently an oxygen font error. That's bad. Okay, normally you would normal players would deal with the mismatchy and instantly go bolt it to the maintenance panel and repair the oxygen font as fast as possible, right? So I was like, wait, I have to check everyone first. It's important that I do. I noticed the virus is attacking, so I deal with the virus. I checked the audio still playing for yes. I noticed Charming and Yogurt moved, so I shocked them right away. And after I do all of that is when I finally recharge or repair the oxygen font. Now, this was good, of course. There was a chance bad things could have happened if I didn't check, so good thing I checked. It was a good move that I did. Now that you will have your event back, you got right away. Notice, Zach. I recently checked those Zach cameras. Zach is not in camera 1B, and he's not in camera 4B either. Like, you may be like, wait, that means Zach's eye color is red. I have to change temperature to 80, right? Now you would think about it. But I don't change temperature to 80. I keep temperature I keep the temperature at 40, knowing that Zach's eye color is red. You may be wondering why, but look at the time. It's past 4 a.m. It's almost 5 a.m. even. And at this time, you would know for a fact that Zach, you can use the office lights, turn off the office lights to deal with Zach, make it push him back like 4 times. You can push back Zach with the office lights 4 times. Now, 4 times a lot, and he doesn't move that fast. So, at this point, I'm like, oh wait, I already know that I can ignore Zach now because I could just deal with him in the office lights. Zach would not have enough time to make it to my office at this point in time. That's why I don't change temperature to 80. And that was really good because like I avoid all of the risks of like having temperature not be at 40 or 80 or like switching temperatures. Like there's a few risks to that, and thankfully I didn't have to go through that because I played safe by keeping temperature 8 at 40 and like knowing that I don't have to change temperature anymore. So very good that I did that. But me doing that has made the end of this night even easier, which is really good. But check for Liz. Liz is not in the left door. And as you noticed, Tom was at the right vent, right? Let's go back a little. The lights flickered there, or like blinked. Tom is currently at the right vent. Passing, and finally I activate the right vent laser. And Tom leaves immediately after. I played way too risky. I should have activated the right vent laser earlier, but I didn't and I played risky, and I almost died because of it. That was a tiny mistake, but it kind of paid off by saving power, I guess. Here we go. Get rid of my Cavalier. Yeah, but you're on the list for that. It's 5:20 a.m. now. It's 5:21 and Zach has arrived at the window only one time. This is the first time Zach is arriving at the window. Now, definitely, he's not gonna be able to make it to the window 5 times because of how late it is into the night. But I've left it, I guess. That's after a while now. I have to deal with, okay, camera error happened before Shadow Evil have entered the event, so I definitely have enough time for Shadow Evil have during the event. I just have to be fast here, but I have to deal with the Mice Monarca. And you know what? I felt like I did have time to deal with him first, because Shadow Evil have attack like a bit more later after I repaired the thing. After I repaired the thing, yeah, So I'm fine here. I'm fine with the Mice Monarca, I'm fine with Shadow Evil have here. So yeah. I check for Liz. Liz is there at the left door camera. Not good. No good. I deal with that. Okay, Zach's second time entering the window. Now, he definitely can make the window like 2 more times if he was fast enough and I got lucky enough. But definitely 100% he has no chance of making it to the window for the 5th time. So I'm good for Zach. Right? He goes away. I heard Mr. Sprinlock, I shock him. As you saw, it's 6 a.m. I have 1 shock left, and I saw Shattered Milk and Yogurt. They are the second program. I have to worry about that right away. Okay, you're not there. Good. Very good. Shattered Milk and Yogurt, they are not currently at the shock camera yet. I can wait on them. I'm so worried, because, like, this is the last Shattered Milk and Yogurt that I know is I know it's the last one. They're not attacking it. If I deal with them, then the night's almost over. I first deal with the Mice Cavalier. Get rid of him. And there. I deal with the Shattered Milk and Yogurt, and I have exactly 0 shocks left. And I still have 40 seconds to go in the night. Now this was very crazy, because 40 seconds left without a shock. That is definitely by far the what you call this? Yeah, the closest I've ever been to dying due to the lack of shocks I have. This is the closest it's ever been to that. And wow, wowie. 9:40 in the video, and it's about to be 7. Okay, Tom is in the vent. I have to worry about that. And notice here, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I missed something here. There's an audio error, right? I have to repair it out, right? But look, I hesitate. I'm like, wait, do I repair it or not? But then I remembered, no, I don't. I don't have to repair the audio lore. Because it's at the very end of the night. And Jeff will not have enough time to make it to my office and kill me for sure, guaranteed. Because he's still at the 2nd floor. So I can ignore the audio error and focus on the more important characters. And this made the end of the night much easier for me. My Dom's there. I repaired the camera stuff, I have to deal with Dom, and I think I will be good after this episode, I think. I checked, Dom is there, I overheat him, and at this point, I think there's nothing that can kill me now. Jack is there, and I'm good. Jeff is still in the 2nd floor, audio error, but I don't repair it, and I'm good to go. Zach is there at the window, and it's simple, right? Just keep the lights off. But notice, oh no! The Darknet in the office and Shattered Evil Javier in the vents. Oh no, the trifecta right here, the trio of threats. I'm like, oh wait, I have to deal with Shattered Evil Javier in the vents. Because like, I have to do it fast, right? Because of camera error might happen. I forgot that I already repaired the camera system, so I should have... Yeah, I deal with Shattered Evil Javier first. And because that Zach has successfully made it through the window, and he is currently in the camera right outside my office, and if Zach moves 1 more time, he kills me. I should have waited. What I should have done in there instead was I should have waited. I should have turned on the lights. Wait for Darknet to go away. then turn off the lights again so that Zach may hopefully go away. But I didn't do that, and due to that, Zach has made it through successfully. This is bad for me. Zach is now here. Really bad situation for me. So yeah, I have to stall Zach, or I can't. I have to hope he doesn't move again. But thankfully, it's at the very end of the night, so I win. What an insane run! Do you guys see now why I want to review this run so badly? So many crazy things happened that almost got me killed. Zach was at the left door camera at the very end of the night. I had zero shocks for a while. I almost died to Shatter Jack during that one attack, and I performed so many crazy moves that ended up saving me and winning me the run. This was definitely my best run of any A We Could Have Year 3 mode I've ever done. And thank goodness this happened. I'm so happy I got this run. I'm so happy I got to review it. And yeah, that's it for this run. As you know, I'm gonna do the re-review now. I'm gonna go back to the video, watch the entire thing over again without recording, just so I can point out anything I missed, because I might have missed something. So, yep, I'm gonna re-review it now, and I'll let you guys know if there's anything I missed. Okay, so one thing I want to mention here, because like, look here, Tom, as you could hear that sound cue. Tom entered the vent with a loud with a vent. Ah, sorry, I can't talk. Tom entered the vent with that vent sound cue, as you heard, right? I'm preparing the audio system, right? Oh, Mr. Springlock, I overheat Mr. Springlock first. Okay, cool. I'm about to overheat Tom, but Shari will have here in the vent. I overheat Shari will have here. And you may think that's a lot of time not overheating Tom. There's a good chance Tom will go slide through the right vent and go to the bottom shock camera, right? No, you'd be wrong here. Because, notice this. The temperature is at 80 or above, so Tom is slowed down. Not only that, I heard exactly when Tom entered the vent, so I know I definitely have enough time to overheat Tom in the right vent. So, cause like, in some strategies, if you feel like you can't catch Tom in time, then it's best to not overheat him and just wait till he gets to the bottom shock camera and then shock him there, because there is a very small chance that Tom will move away a split tiny second before you overheat that vent. So you overheat the vent. It looks like you overheat Tom in the vent, but no, you actually missed Tom barely, and you might not even notice it because it's not obvious. And because of that happening, then you will die. You might, like in this situation, if the temperature was at 40, then you would actually preferably do that strategy here. But since at 80, and since I heard when Tom moved to this vent, then I know I'm safe to do this. So very good that I knew about that, and that's all about this part. I'll now, that's it. Yeah, that's it basically. Okay, one important thing I missed to like talk about. So here, notice Liz is at the window, right? Liz is at the window, and I turn off the lights. Liz is at the window. Keep that in mind. Notice the screen blink. That was showered milk and yogurt. That was it. Liz leaving. Wait, the screen blinked again. Now Liz just left, right? I have to check the left door camera to see if she is there. I have to refer the camera to first, but I have to, more importantly, play the audio lore first in case the oxygen font went off. If I get that, the oxygen font going off. Thank goodness I played the audio lore before checking Liz, right? I was gonna check Liz in the first floor, but I was like, wait, I saw and heard Liz enter the right vent, so I did not have to check the left door camera at all. And hey, that is a good use of one of my tips in the how you could have your tree max mode guide, because one of my tips, if you remember, you don't always have to check the left door camera. If like the time Liz moves is like Liz will move to the vent faster than she will attack you in the left door. So if you want, you can deal with her by just not checking the left door camera, by just seeing if she goes in the vent, and if not, then close or activate the left door later. But I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to check the left door camera. This saves me a bit of time and makes Liz a bit better for me. So that's all. Okay, so actually, this is very important to know about this. If you're using strategy too, this is important to know about. So now I noticed Zach is not on camera 4B and he's not on camera 1B. I know that I recently just changed the temperature to like 40 degrees, but that was like how long was that ago? Yeah, around half a minute ago I changed temperature to 40 degrees. Now, because like Zach, like if you change temperature to Zach, like if you change the temperature to the color of Zach's eye color, or what am I talking about? I'm sorry, let me start over. So, if you change the temperature to become cold or hot for Zach, then he will still, there is a chance, if you're too late on him, he will not always go back to camera 1B. So sometimes he changes eye colors at camera 2B instead of camera 1B. So from time to time, it's important to check in case you're like scared, if you're like worried about Zach. It's occasionally good to check on him in camera 2B to see if his eye color is still the same color as it was. And that's what I do. I hide the map, and I had to make sure and check Zach's eye color if it was blue. And if it wasn't, then I would change temperature, and I wouldn't even know to change temperature because I don't see Zach in camera 1B. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't change temperature because I see his eye color is blue. Thank goodness I checked. I mean, I didn't have to check, but it's a good thing I did. That's why I'm sure, and I don't have to worry about Zach anymore. So that's all. It's good to play safe like that sometimes with Zach, because like you might have to manually find him sometimes in case you aren't sure about his eye color. Good thing I checked here. That's all. Okay, so bonus little thing. I forgot to point this out, but hey, I'll point it out. Right. I checked Zach. Oh, Zach's eye color is red. I changed him to the 80s. I overheat a random vent, even though I know no one's there. Of course, you should do this if you want to change temperature to hot like very fast. That's all. Okay, crazy thing I did here. I didn't have to do what I did here, but I'll show this clip real quick. Okay, the mice Mindy. Oh no, I have to turn on the lights and change temperature to become 70, right? But look what I did here. I activated the left door laser before changing the temperature. I shouldn't have done that. I should have changed the temperature first before activating the left door laser, and because of that, look at how close the mice Mindy is to attacking. She was extremely close to attacking me right here. But thankfully I was fast enough. I played it too risky there. I did not have to activate the left door laser before the temperature change, but hey, it worked out, so it's fine. That's all. Okay, another thing I wanted to point out here real quick. I'll play the clip for you. Okay, as you saw, I was like opening and closing the camera so damn much that time. Now, I admit that was a bit excessive, but the reason I do this is because two things. Remember that like it's often if you want to like check for darknet in the window really quick when lights are on, you should of course like quickly close and open the cameras just so you can check. But the other reason because if you close and open the cameras, you could like the moment you open the cameras again, you could interact with anything extremely fast. So of course, if I'm switching floors, for example, I want to go to floor one, right? I click on the floor one button, but it has to load. Loading, please wait. This is the camera stuttering. I can skip this animation and interact with stuff in the cameras faster if I quickly close and open the cameras. And that's knocking two birds with one stone. One, you first check on darknet at the window, and two, you could quickly have access to the camera buttons again being interactable. So hey, that's a small thing you could do, but that could be really useful for your runs to like perform actions quicker, in the cameras. That's all. Okay, so um, I'm gonna point out as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. Now this is the part where dark comes and I wait for it to like it, and this happens. You know the part, right? Okay, I heard vent sounds. The specific vent sounds, that means Tom is in the right vent currently and I have to overheat him. The maintenance panel real quick. Oh no, the audio system has an error. I have to repair that soon. But I wait. I turn on the light. I check the enter. I overheat Tom. Okay, the Ravager. I deal with him. I heard Mr. Springlock attacking the shock cameras. I have to deal with Mr. Springlock first. I quickly deal with him, right? And then I shock Mr. Springlock. I check, make sure I got rid of him. I check the other characters, and that's when I recharge the or fix the audio system. So that's a good set of actions because it's really important to know your prioritization. It's good to prioritize other things over other things, and fixing the audio system is a bit on the lower priority end. It really depends on the situation you're in, but in that specific situation, then you could repair the audio system later. It's more important to deal with other threats first, and that happens a lot in Cartoon Massacre and Hardest 1212. You have to analyze the situation and know what to prioritize doing first in case of many actions you have to do immediately. So that's all for this part. Alright, so that's everything that I want to talk about after rewatching. That's everything. I just finished rewatching that run, and yeah, that's everything I want to say about it. What an amazing run! I am so proud of that run. I did so many crazy things, and it was insane. I loved how it went, and it made this review very fun for me. This was probably one of my favorite. We could have your 3 reviews in a while because this was really fun to review. Because like, damn, it was crazy, and it goes to show like if you have enough practice and if you really try to like really focus and are dedicated to this challenge or any of the we could have your 3 max mode challenges, then you could pull off some crazy things and like you could absolutely destroy the max modes so well. And like this, I did really well. I already have so many hours into the max modes because like I just love playing this mode so much. And yeah, that strategy too. Absolutely, I recommend using the strategy. It is better overall, and yeah, yeah. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll continue making more hardest 1212 reviews in the near future. Hopefully I'll get done faster than the overanalyzing cards manager series because I wanna finish this soon actually, to be honest. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you learned something new and hopefully you can use information to beat these challenges easier, you know? It might help, it might help. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next overanalyzing video. See you guys.